Hi, How much soup did you make today?
Dude, I'll tell you later. Fuck, I need to go to the spa. Come on, let's go.
Hi everyone, it's Andy from Snow Camps Europe, and I'm here with
Wouter from Snow Sports Kaproon.
and
Geri Tumbas.
Geri Tumbas. Now, you may remember a few weeks ago when Wouter did his list of Instagram skiers that you should be following and Instagram skiers that you shouldn't be following. Mr. Tumbas was one of those that you should be following, and if you're not, you need to go and find him on Instagram. So, Geri, you are here today to talk to us about a few things, but one of them being a new project that you're working on, which is going to be based in Kuwait.
Yep.
What is it?
What is Q?
Are we making
what
this-
is
Kuwait?
Q8 or Kuwait?
Kuwait. Is it
Is
Kuwait?
it Q8?
It is,
Kuwait is a petrol company.
It's the same place, isn't it? Don't they own it?
Yeah, Kuwait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kuwait.
Kuwait.
Yeah.
There's no Q's in Kuwait, by the way. It starts with a K. I was trying to spell it with a Q. So what's happening in Kuwait? Are we about to start pumping snow onto sand dunes or what? What are we doing?
No, actually, now the first step, we build an indoor facilitate like ski machine carpets, like these moving carpets you
Okay.
can ski on. And this is the first step. And basically the vision is of the owner that organize skiing from Kuwait. So it's the sport itself there, a little bit involved with ski federation as well, and also the travelers. Like these people traveling the world, they love skiing. Every family has a skier in the family, and they traveling to destinations. And yes, they paying a shitload of money of ski instructors, but this guy is a technical skier, the owner, and he wants to organize like a good like teaching method company organization
Okay.
for the Kuwaitis to get the best out of the sport itself, because they realize that okay, they go these nice destinations, they hire a ski instructor, and because they are Arabs,
Yeah.
they've been guided around but not really technically get out something, like they didn't get what they pay for
Yep.
sometimes.
Yep. Okay.
And yes, they have fun, that's all good,
Yeah.
but now there is a generation who tries to do ski instructor.
Okay.
Like I had clients in New Zealand came down and tried to make a level 2, and they couldn't pass it the first time, and they've been like pissed off. Hey, I spent so much money, and it looks like I cannot ski, so I wanna learn skiing properly.
Okay. So
Yep.
let's just go back to the start of what you said. We'll start with the facility, because you said that there's going to be this facility with the carpet machines in it.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that. Like, how big is it? Who is
yeah.
it? Who is it for?
So everyone who follows it a little bit thinks, okay, this is now an indoor facility. We will have the biggest carpets, 3 of them, 3 machines. It's 9 by 11 meter. You can change the inclination as well, and how steep is it. And we have
These are the big ones, yeah, where
The
you can
big
even
ones.
where you can even carve almost.
almost,
Yeah.
yeah. It's different from
Yes.
carving,
Yeah.
but you can literally teach people skiing.
Yeah.
And the nice part is you bring skiing in the city to learn the basics, to train, to practice. At some point it involves like a gym session, so people on the ski moving an hour.
Yeah, because you're 10 minutes on, 10 minutes
minutes
off,
off, yeah.
10 minutes on, 10 minutes off. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like we just building the building itself is like 6 meter high, huge, like a hall.
Okay.
And
So a purpose-built building for 3 of these machines.
yes, actually for 6 machines.
6
but
machines.
There's the place. But this is not like just okay. This is a new facility and we try to run it. This building is middle of the city, and in the campus of the newest built private school.
Okay.
So actually, we have the access already for 400 to 500 kids from September, and we're working with the school together. So immediately in September, these kids have the chance to go every week to ski.
To ski.
To ski,
Okay.
and it's an international school. So that means that we have in the morning the kids, and from the afternoon is open to public till late night, and yeah, that's how we try to hook on new skiers.
So, okay, are you only doing skiing, or is there something else on top of it? Do you like, some other activities than just skiing? Is it just skiing, or is it also like you've got a simulator of golf, or
No.
sledding? Is there some sledding going on? Or
There
what
is
are
like
coming?
we have
Penguins?
like come on. Of course we try to like to bring to the people like winter sport.
Yeah.
And also different ways. We have some plastic slope indoor to sled and have fun with the kids, and to the ski movie corner, and it's all planned. A little bit of climbing, but also we just collect the ideas. Okay, how to promote skiing and snowboarding as well. So like this rollerblade method, rollerblade to ski comes in.
Oh, very good.
All the games and like tools what we use for coordination for skiing, what you see in the racing teams, like these pedal things, and like we have a collection of this what we try to get in the school education. So unicycle, for example, that everything about what supports skiing.
Yeah. Oh, very good.
And connect it in a summer way, in the summer sport. That's what we try to get in the center. And then
Okay, so the facility is part of the campus from the school. The kids are all going to come and learn to ski and do these other activities, and then it's open to the general public to come in. Okay, and so their parents can come and learn to ski, or literally any Kuwaiti or anybody living and working in Kuwait can come and ski.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
And then the other parts of the business, because you were saying about obviously these people then go on holiday to Europe, or you said the Southern Hemisphere. Is there a part of the business that's going to facilitate their trips to the mountains?
The travel agency, a kind of travel agency and organizer company.
Yeah.
So basically, the idea is we want to be the company in Kuwait to go to.
Yeah.
If it's snow sports.
Okay.
And
Snow Sports Kuwait.
Yeah, it's basically this is the first step, and yes, the travel agency, it's ski club, and maybe some part of the racing in planning, but yeah, so basically to be the contact person or the contact company. I want to go skiing with my family. Where to go?
Okay, and then you can facilitate where they go. And can you facilitate the teacher when they get there so they get a better experience from what you gave an example of earlier?
This is where we will work with like partners.
Okay.
And we try to have an overview. Okay, who we're working with, we know that what they get.
Yeah.
And who we're working with knows what we want for our clients.
Yep.
So this is the next step for the winter.
Okay, so this goes back to something that we've spoken about on podcasts before, about when you go into a ski school, you get whoever's on the list. But what you're saying is you're going to facilitate where they go and who they ski with to make sure that they get what they're paying for, the experience, the teaching on the slope, not just any ski teacher.
Yep.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Good
This
stuff.
is the idea.
Okay. Anything else about Kuwait that we need to tell the people?
So are you also, because you know as well that they're planning in Saudi Arabia and ski resort as
The
well.
Winter Games or something.
Are you going to do something with that as well, linking that? Do you think like they're going there, or you think like all the kids and the people who come there, on the infinity carpet that just go to Europe for skiing, or do you think like there's going to be at some point maybe a bit of a connection, like because it's not too far away, Kuwait to. It's not far away.
So the connection is already there.
Oh, it's already there. Okay,
So
okay.
the Middle East working together. So
Right.
let's say, of course, not to forget, Kuwait City is 1 hour 20 minutes flight from Dubai.
Yeah.
Dubai is the closest indoor snow dome.
Yeah, because you've got Ski Dubai. I've skied there myself. You have skied there as well, I think.
Last year.
Yeah.
And for these people to organize a trip, a 1 day trip, like in the morning, get on the flights, fly to Dubai, ski 2 hours, 3-4 hours, and fly back is a daily program. It's no problem, and that's the next step to before we get these people out on real snow.
Yeah, because it's also not far. It's not a far flight from Kuwait to Saudi. It's not far, and it's well, it's still snow machines, but you know it's going to be sort of proper snow.
This can be Saudi for people who don't know. I sent you something and you already knew about it. The Asian Winter Games are going to be based in Saudi Arabia. Now, is this going to be outdoor snow?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it is. So it's got like the Emirates as well. It's got mountains, in Saudi as well. It's got mountains. It's not got snow anymore. So, but they're producing.
And is it cold enough to preserve that snow?
Yes.
Okay, so they've got the cold temperature. They just don't have the snow falling.
Yeah, they're building a whole ski resort. Whole ski resort.
They hosting the Winter Games in 29.
It is the future of alpine skiing. The United Arab Emirates.
Well, I want to build here also an indoor ski slope on the my school.
And
I want to build here a whole ski center like what they're doing in Kuwait. I want to hear it.
Yeah.
So if anyone sees this, please. Yeah.
You just need the money.
I want to build a whole ski center here.
Okay, it's the future of skiing, folks. Is the UAE now? Geri, something else that you are. Can we talk about China? Can we also talk about China?
Yeah, we can talk about a little bit China.
Yeah, okay. So something else that Geri is involved with is skiing and the development of skiing in China, right?
Yep. That actually I'm involved since 17.
Before COVID, right?
Before COVID, before the Olympic Games. I ended up somewhere northeast, like middle of nowhere, like really far away in the northeast, at the Russian border, in a small ski resort. And that was the first step of development. They survived somehow one season, and then we got involved that, okay, they had not really the idea how to run it. So we brought some concept there, built a ski school terrain, ski instructor training, everything, and then we left. And the plan was that we go back in a couple of years later or 2 years later. Then COVID hit.
Yep.
So it postponed to this year because they managed to run so far the ski resort. It's a really small ski resort. So far that they expanded. So behind the small hill is like a proper hill, mountain, like about 800-meter drop. And now they're building a gondola, 3 slopes. Now in the first step, like we have the next step for more advanced skiers. And yeah.
So when you say they're building more slopes, explain what you were doing when you were in China to the people, because I think people think when we say we build a slope, then we just like there's the mountain and that's going to be a slope. We'll put a lift next to it. But you were actually walking through forests and trying to decide what would be a red slope, a blue slope, a black slope. So, and there was some elements of danger, I believe.
Yeah, there are. But basically, the owner, the Chinese owner, came to us and said, "Hey, I know how Chinese companies building ski slopes. They just demolish half of a mountain and bulldoze everything. And I don't want it. I would like to have the beautiful slope like in Austria, when it's laid on the terrain, what we get. But of course, that means you have to figure out where to go. So yeah, we've been 5 days in minus 20, 30 up there in a forest that nobody ever been before us in wintertime and in snowshoeing around and finding the good lines, and trekking around. And yeah, after 5 days, we said, okay, these are the slopes, blue, red, black. This is what we probably need. As less as possible to move like building movement, like earth movement. How do you call it?
Without
trying to transfer,
Yeah.
trying to demolish
Yeah,
the
yeah.
earth.
so
and trying
keeping it
to
as
move-
natural as it is
Yeah,
without too
and,
much disruption. Yeah.
and also thinking about, okay, what is the wind direction, because this is in China definitely a problem. If you have minus 30 and wind,
Yeah.
you don't want to ski there. So like just lay up the ski slope that it's some kind of protected from wind. So it's a lot of thinking around
Okay.
this one there.
And while you're snowshoeing around, identifying these areas, you told me that there was like hazards.
Yeah, hazards,
Natural hazards.
the bears and the Siberian tigers. Yeah,
the
this is
bears,
like-
the bears and the tigers. He's snowshoeing around, and there's bears and tigers everywhere. So what were you
not
doing?
everywhere.
Like no, you said everywhere. They're watching you, right?
The bears, the bears is a funny thing, because everyone think, yeah, the winter time the bears are sleeping and hibernate. No, like we literally had firework with us, and every 500 meters we just shoot some firework, just send them away, and we had these photos with like this size of tracks. And
Was there a guy with a gun there with you?
no,
Just
So
fireworks.
no one had a gun with like
no,
a rifle. with
no,
it?
no, nobody came.
Oh,
I
because
said,
you know in
"Where's
Greenland, you get a
No,
rifle
nothing.
because of the polar bears. Ah,
You
okay.
know,
Oh, it's
I
just
don't-
fireworks up in the air.
Yeah,
Ah, that's it.
Just to scare them.
Just to scare them.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
like
good.
Crazy.
it's just funny. It's better not to know what's actually there. So just walk and.
So how big is this resort going to be then?
Now the next phase is one gondola is about if you have a middle station, then it's about 2 kilometer, and the whole village will be built around it, like lodges and everything. And if like they wanna run it in 5 years, and if that works, then behind that
They
here
will.
is even a
They go even
Okay,
further.
they're expanding.
even further. Then they get
So it's like it's first expansion, potential
yes,
second
and the
expansion.
expansion and then the third
Okay.
one. Same.
Because
Yeah,
isn't China opening more ski resorts than anywhere else?
yeah, of course, they do.
Like-
It's a whole continent.
Yeah.
It's not a country; it's a continent actually, and there's many ski resort opening. What's interesting for me, compared from 17 to this, like we are in 25, that many of us thought that time that okay, Olympics done,
Yep. Everything will die. Yeah.
everything die. No,
No. But actually, you shouldn't call it a ski resort. You should call it a snowboard resort.
Oh yeah,
Because
that's
80% of the people in China snowboard and not ski.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Maybe even more. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because much cooler, man.
It's
one
not
watched-
cool.
No one watched
It's
this
not
shitty
cool.
program either.
It's not cool.
It is.
so yeah. So
Maybe
kids
30 years ago.
kids coming in to a rental shop, and you see a bunch of kids go for skiing, and the rest of the school is just lining up for the snowboard.
Really?
Yeah. You also get better paid as a snowboard instructor than a ski.
No.
Yes, you do.
So if you're a snowboard teacher in Europe
You
and
should
you're
go-
looking for the big bucks,
you should
go
go-
to China
Yeah,
because
'cause
they still think
But
snowboarding
this
is
is
cool.
not a job. This is serious because you earn about $400 US dollars at least.
What's that in English money or European money?
€400, about €400 a day.
A
For-
day?
Yes.
I should go China.
Yes, you should.
I
you
can
idiot.
snowboard.
You're here. You're stuck here. And
I'm waiting for you to open your indoor slope on the Moscow Gorge.
20 years. It's a dream, man.
So Geri, we spoke a little bit about the Kuwait project, which sounds very, very interesting. A little bit about China, which sounds also very interesting. What else have you got going on? Because you've had camps running all over Europe this winter, and you've still got 2 camps. One is about to start in the coming days.
Yeah.
So tell us where you've been and what you've been doing.
So this year was like a bucket list tick box for me,
Yeah.
like literally flying around the globe.
Okay.
So I started
Jet
in
set ski teacher.
November here in Kitzsteinhorn, December in Italy, January Italy and Austria, and end of January South Korea, China, Japan, from the Japan to US, from US a short visit in Canada, but there was no skiing. Then back for a week, and I had a holiday in
You've
Norway.
been to Norway. I've seen pictures. Of
Norway, yeah.
Went fishing.
Fishing, yeah.
Fishing.
It was
and
nice, wasn't
skiing.
it? Also, I've been. I really enjoyed it.
It's-
It was amazing when you ski down to the sea.
The one
like-
thing is you ski down to the sea,
Yeah.
living on a small
Yeah, I
sailboat.
didn't do that. That's for idiots.
That's good for me.
Why would you
And
do that? Go stay in a
and-
nice lodge.
because you can decide where you want to ski next day.
Yeah, but you can a lodge as well. You drive it or you own
No,
it.
no,
You
no,
take
no,
this-
come
all of
on,
them have a
come on,
speedboat
come on.
anyway. They boat you out to this island. Yeah, really.
No, that was nice that way.
Okay.
Uh,
that's good.
I know that you don't have any stress about like weather because
So
the
you-
sun
Yeah.
doesn't go down.
You're skiing down to the sea. You're
Yeah.
then sleeping in a boat.
Yeah.
And then the next morning you do what?
You
Ski again.
sailing somewhere else and ski again, ski
Yes.
touring again.
Yeah.
And if the sun comes out at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, then
Yeah.
you have a nice easy morning, and 2 o'clock you just start your ski tour because at midnight it's still light on. It's above the Arctic.
And then you
Circle.
ski back down to your boat, go back to sleep in the boat again.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
cool.
So that was Norway.
And yeah, now it's Hintertux for 10 days. And then a little break, and then New Zealand.
So you got 2 camps running in Hintertux
Yeah.
starting
Yeah.
like tomorrow or sometime.
Yep.
Yeah.
After
Okay.
tomorrow Monday.
We've got to give Adam a shout out because Adam always gives us a shout out on his podcast. So Adam, Mr. Tumbas, he will see you in Hintertux in a few days
See you there
for the Mogul camp.
next weekend.
Okay, so let's just go back to you said you were in South Korea and you said Korea,
South
Korea,
Korea.
South Korea, Japan, and
China.
China. So South Korea,
Yeah.
this is where you did this technical
Yeah,
competition.
the technical competition. Yeah.
Okay, what's that about?
If you follow this, like South Korea has the same kind of competitions as Japan, like technical competitions about long turn, short turn, carving, rhythm change, bumps, and you get points.
Yeah.
And with your points, you step up. And in the end, in South Korea, is a special thing that the last 16 is a kickoff race.
Yeah.
It's just short turns, parallel, and they left or right, or I mean blue or red track. They just choose one, so, and then you get on the first 3. Then it's just a kickoff.
And how far did you get?
I got to the 13th, I think 13th. Yeah.
13th position overall.
Yeah, overall. Yeah.
Okay, very good.
But for me, it was really cool because I did it already twice in the last couple of years,
Okay.
and I never had the chance to go in the 16. And that was
This
the
is
goal.
when you have the head-to-head bit.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
then shortens. I've been like, well, okay, come on, I have to get there, and then let's see if they like it or not. But the shortened race is a parallel race. It's not about the time. It's about a little bit of speed, not a little bit. It's full speed.
Yeah.
But also that you are pushed because your opponent is there.
Yeah.
You're pushed to keep the same speed, make your turns, don't lose control, and then the judge says blue track or red track.
Right.
And so I've been pretty early knocked out immediately because I never did this. And when I started, I was like, okay, how fast he goes.
Yeah.
And he was actually the last year's champion, so he just started to sand it. And like, whoa. Get in, full carving. This is a pretty steep slope. So this is a World Cup mogul slope.
Okay.
What they groom for this race. And yeah, of course, what happened is like in the last 2 turns, I just one leg got somewhere on holiday on a proper vacation, and I knew immediately, okay, this is not gonna work. So yeah, that was the one little mistake when I've been knocked out by myself.
Yeah.
It was good. It was great fun.
From what I've seen, and I've not seen so much of the Korean, but some of the Japanese do this as well.
Yeah.
And you say about the speed, they seem to, what we would say, completing their turn. They don't seem to finish their turn. So they take more speed into each turn as they go.
Yeah.
That seems to be part of the way they ski in this competition. So it's they're getting faster and faster and faster rather than controlling their momentum. Is that right?
Yes. So where you get the most point is okay. The how you shape your turns is one thing, but the acceleration across the slope
Okay.
and and the style, of course. So
Yeah.
technique, style, hand in hand. But basically, they want to see dynamic acceleration across the slope. This is a good skier.
Right.
And
In
what
their
you,
eyes.
yeah, and what you see
It's
in
pretty darn. It's pretty darn.
Oh, I've watched some of it,
darn
and it's like
impressive,
crazy.
Darn
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
So,
and what happens in Korea that many times you see these guys to ski down and is really on the edge of is it controlled or
Exactly.
is it
Yeah.
and you have like when you start you have a line when they start to judge the performance and there's a finish line so sometimes after that there are crashes like
Yeah,
in
because
the
they
World
are
Cup.
literally out of control.
Yeah, but
No,
till the
not
finish
out of the
line.
yeah, there, but it's also about the speed of how quick you can make the turn. You know, how
Yeah.
quick the
Yeah.
agility, the quickness of the legs.
Now,
you know.
is the reason that they favour this type of skiing because their slopes are shorter than what we've got here in Europe? Or is it just that's how they want to judge the competition?
The technique changes every year, or no, in a couple of years. What the judge is looking for.
Okay.
So, for example, in Japan was the era of Takao Maruyama, and they are the top guys, like 8 years long in a row. They just competing and winning the race.
Yep.
And
Yeah, because
and Keisuke Iyama is a 40, whatever, mid 40s guy. He was there and competing really hard. And in Japan, this means that someone in the first 30 is actually living, they're making a living from this.
Okay.
it's on national television.
It's a national television.
Yeah.
It's
They are.
if you go in a
These
ski
guys are like
resort,
stars.
they're stars.
Yes, they're
So
stars.
they end up like if they are in the top 5, they ending up moderator of skiing, moderator of golf. They just getting the opportunities.
Because we were in Japan there, and we skied with one of them, and it's like a star.
Wow.
So if you go like in an alpine center in
It's cool.
Nagano,
Yeah.
you have like
The pictures of these guys.
not pictures. You have the full TVs.
Yeah.
And they showing.
So
and
like we're
looping.
watching
Instead of
the
we
World Cup
watching the World
slalom
Cup,
and downhill, they're watching
watching
this.
Yeah, correct.
And every
Wow.
day you see in some of the screens just showing the first 30 skiers of the Japanese competition. So they like spreading the culture like
Also,
this.
the moguls is much more interesting to watch as well.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, they're big into the moguls, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's cool.
Okay, good, cool, very good.
Yeah.
Right, so we've spoken about Kuwait, we've spoken about China, we've spoken about Korea and Japan. You got anything else for us?
Yeah, I've got a question.
Oh.
Were you the only Western guy who competed there, or were there more? Or were
Now
you
only
the-
me.
Only you, huh?
Last time Josh Duncan Smith was
Okay.
also there.
He came last.
No, come on. No, he had a good.
Yeah, it was last year he was there, right?
Yeah,
I think it was last year.
Last year.
And I think as Paul Lorenzo's done it, the similar thing in Japan.
In Japan, yeah, in the regional ones, you can compete as a foreigner. In the nationals, nope.
Okay, so the nationals are just for
Japan.
the Japanese.
Yeah.
It's a bit racist, isn't it? Just saying. Saying it's only for Japanese.
It's a national
Well, I can
national champions.
Okay.
Yeah, I can understand. Well, I don't know.
Okay, good, cool. So, and then you're off to Hintertux tomorrow. Got a
Yep.
couple of camps running, and then summer break. Are you going Southern Hemisphere? Or are you
Yep.
going down to Australia, New Zealand?
New Zealand, yeah.
Okay, and what will you be doing over there?
Rookie Academy,
Okay, cool.
camps as well. It's a holiday.
It's a holiday.
It's so far away from everything else that it feels like a holiday.
Okay,
Good team, good people, nice clients, far away, easy work,
cool,
a good party.
good stuff. Anything else, Wouter?
No.
Wrap it up there. See,
No, but then we're going into the part. No.
you want to talk about lateral extension of the leg?
No, I actually want to talk
Exercises.
about either my kids or
Kung fu.
your dog. No.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be here all day if we started talking about his kids because there's so many of them. So there we go, folks. Mr. Tumbas, Geri Tumbas, giving us a little bit of insight to Kuwait, to China, to his time in South Korea, and he's been literally everywhere this winter, and he's now going down to the summer hemisphere to New Zealand for the summer, which he classes as a holiday. So thank you, Mr. Tumbas.
Thank you.
You can say goodbye to the people if you want to.
Yeah, thank you,
Bye.
Geri.
Wouter,
Thank you, Andy.
we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Bye.
See ya. Bye,
Ciao.
bye, bye.